Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jeff White, Jeff White Fitness Solutions. Thanks for checking out this video today. And today I want to talk about the possibility of a war between the United States and China. And I believe this would be devastating for the American economy. Now, I know there are some people who are in favor of something like this, but I personally, first off, I'm against war, period. But in this instance, I don't think people realize how much of an impact, a direct impact it would have on the U.S. economy. So I would love to hear what you guys think. Leave me a comment and let's talk about this. And please like and subscribe to the channel. But the gist of it is this: China wants to reclaim Taiwan, and Taiwan is against it, and so is the United States. And the United States has said if China invades Taiwan, then United States would then defend Taiwan, and then there would be a war. And as I said, this war would just basically, I believe it would just destroy the U.S. economy. And a lot of people may not agree with that, but just hear me out and let me tell you or show you why I feel that would happen. And then you let me know what you think. So let's talk about it. All right, guys, let's do it. Okay, so the first thing I want to really just break down for you is the fact that the United States doesn't really export or produce as much as they should. And as you can clearly see from this graph on the left, these are trade imbalances. These are trade imbalances that do not favor the United States. This shows how much more we are importing as opposed to exporting and the difference between the two. So you don't really have to know the exact numbers, just know that the trade imbalance has been ongoing for a very long time, and over the last several years it has been increasing. But look at the top three trading partners with the United States. We have Canada, Mexico, and China. And you can see these numbers are in billions of dollars, how much is exported, imported, and the trade balance. So, for example, Canada, the export was $307 billion, but the import was $357 billion, which is a trade balance of a negative 50. And then you see Mexico has similar $276 billion dollars in exports, meaning that's how much we sent out, but we received $384 billion, dollars, which has a negative trade imbalance of $108. Think of you have a job and you have a credit card and you're spending more than what you're bringing in every single month, and you're just putting that balance on a credit card, and that negative is steadily increasing and increasing and increasing. But the one I really want to talk about is China. China, we have, you can see here, we exported $151 billion of products, but we imported $504 billion in products, which gives you a negative trade balance of $350 billion. And this is for 2021, but it has gone up since 2021. So this is a big problem. Basically, we're getting a lot of stuff from China, and it costs us a lot of money basically. And another thing you want to pay attention to is we're just getting items from other countries that we need to start producing ourselves. Because if we go to this war with China, let's take a look and see what products would be impacted and affected. Okay, so I don't know if people really understand how much stuff we get from China. I know in previous videos I've said take a look in your closet, look at your electronics, and you'll see a lot of these things are made from China. But there's so much more. And this is just a partial list. Take a look at this list and look at all the things that China exports to the United States. Electronics, of course. Look, machinery, nuclear reactors, nuclear reactors. Anyway, toys, games, furniture, lighting signs, plastics, articles of apparel, vehicles. Well, we already know that. Let me see. Articles of iron or steel, Let's see what else we got on this list: footwear, organic chemicals, commodities, articles of leather, manufactured articles, um, bird skin feathers, artificial flowers, human hair, ceramic products, glass and glassware, paper and paperboard, articles of pulp, wood and articles of wood. I mean, think about that. So basically, it's like this, y'all. If we go to war with China, they're going to stop sending stuff. And there's a lot of stuff that we use, whether it's in your house or for commercial or industrial use, that we won't be getting. We won't get this stuff. And that, my friends, is a major problem. Okay, here are a few more things. Now I have to tell you, the list is long. This list is extremely long, and I'm only showing, honestly, about half of the list of items that we um, export from China. It's insane. Or import from China. So here are a couple more things. Pharmaceutical products. See, that's a big one there. Pharmaceutical products. If we go to war with China, there's a good chance that there's some pharmaceutical products that we use will not make it to our drugstores. Now I know India sends a lot also, but if we go to war with China, will that affect trade or trade routes along the way from India? See, you got to think about that. It's not just China, it's that entire area that may have it very difficult to send products to America. So then we have tobacco products. That's a big one there. Stone, cement, asbestos, printed books, newspapers. Seriously? Aircraft. Come on, y'all. Aircraft and spacecraft, fish, essential oils. Now, see, that's a big one because I'm big on essential oils. That's a whole nother topic. Iron and steel, meat and fish, meat, fish, and seafood preparations. Um, what else do we have on this list? Base metals, mineral fuels, carpets, and other textile floor coverings. So, think about that. So you want to build a home, you got a home, or you just moved in and you want carpet. Guess where your carpet may be coming from? Unbelievable. Musical instruments. Oh, so much, people. It's so much. Soaps, lubricants, waxes, candles. Again, this is not even half the list, people. This is not even half the list. Now, see, the problem is, as a country, we are so reliant on someone else for all our stuff that if they cut us off, we're going to be hurting. And people are not thinking about it from this perspective, but this is something we have to be mentally prepared for. So, even with the threat of war with China, we are still buying products from that country. So it says in May 2023, United States exported $10.7 billion and imported $35.9 billion worth of goods from China, resulting in a negative trade balance of $25.2 billion. Think about that for a second. We are threatening to go to war with China. We have sanctions on China for various products, but we're still buying products from them. Look, if I plan on going to war with you, I'm going to decrease my reliance of buying stuff from you. Me personally, I would start trying to find ways to create the items I need instead of constantly still coming to you for them. I mean, does that make sense? If I know I'm going to war with you, do I really have the the blind naivety or stupidity to believe that you'll keep sending me stuff? If we go to war, I would think that you're gonna stop doing business with me. That's just me. So the American people aren't even looking at it from this perspective. And again, that list that I have is only half of the items we get from China. It's ridiculous. And we're still buying like nothing's going on, and the media isn't really talking about this aspect of a potential war with China. But you need to think about that. You need to ask yourself, if we go to war with China, what could happen? How will it impact my life? Well, I'm telling you right now, it's going to impact it tremendously. All right, y'all. So basically, we have to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Like I said before, I don't want to go to war. I'm against war, and especially in this case because I think we have a lot to lose. Now, mind you, another aspect that isn't discussed is the war over the dollar. I think that's playing a huge role in all of this. The situation with China and Russia. It's all about the American economy, and the American economy is in serious jeopardy if these other countries continue to move away from the dollar. So I believe this is part of a plan to resist that effort or to delay the inevitable. That's what I believe. But anyway, we shall see. So here are some things that we need to do: hope for the best, prepare for the worst. It's just that simple. And if the worst doesn't happen, then you're ahead of the game. So the first thing you have to do is don't expect the media to tell you what's really going on because they don't want to tell you because in my personal opinion, they don't want a nation of 300 million people with 500 million projectiles to start freaking out. They don't want that. They don't want you freaking out. They want you to stay calm and distracted and have a false sense of security. They're not going to tell you what's going to happen. They won't. I don't believe they will. Next, if something were to happen with China, the day the day China invades Taiwan, this is just my personal opinion, and you hear it in the news, that is the day and the only day that you better get to the stores and get what you need before it's too late. Because I think a lot of people will not really understand what's going on and not really pay attention. But that is going to be the day that you need to get to the stores. Because after that, people start to really understand what's happening and then panic may set in. Or prices will immediately start to rise shortly thereafter. Or it won't be on the store shelves. So the day you hear about something is the day you need to start getting some things or get whatever you think you need. Um, and that goes into the next item, which is stock up on food and essentials. You need to start doing that yesterday. You need to start stocking up on food and essentials yesterday. Canned goods, rice, whatever. Just get it. Okay. And essentials is basically stuff that comes from China, which is practically everything. I don't know. I think even my glasses probably came from China. I mean, who knows? I wear contacts. I have extra contact lenses. I have a son. Get some extra size shoes for him or her, or clothes because again, those things are made in China. All right. Next, prepare for a lower standard of living because again, we import more than we export, which means our factories are not up to par. Do you know how long it will take the United States to build up the factories to start producing these things? Do we even have the manpower to do it? Do we have the resources to do it? Because a lot of our resources come from other countries. So, for the short term or the immediate future, prepare for a lower standard of living. You got to prepare mentally. You got to be mentally prepared for that. And last, but this is definitely not the last thing you need to do, you need to stock up on precious metals. I'm talking gold and silver, physical gold and physical silver, because these things retain their value and have been used as money for thousands of years. Some people will say, well, you can't eat gold, you can't eat silver. No, you cannot, but you can buy land with it, you can buy real estate, and you can buy food with it. You can go to a farmer, and if the dollar has collapsed, and you can say, "Hey, I'm really hungry. I want to buy some potatoes," and the farmer will say, "Well, what you got?" And you can say, "Well, I got a couple ounces of silver. Here, let's do this. Let's deal." These are forms of money, and unfortunately, the United States doesn't talk about that. We're not taught about money, real money that is, but it is what it is. You don't have to believe me, but that's real money. And if you don't believe me, which you probably don't, oh man, if you don't believe me, just ask yourself why are central banks buying gold by the ton? Why are they buying it? What do they know that you don't? Or how is it that you're so smart to say we don't need gold because it's a worthless relic, but these central banks are buying it by the ton? They're spending millions of dollars to buy physical gold and put it in their vaults. What do they know that you don't know? Anyway, these are just my thoughts, people. At the end of the day, pay very close attention to the situation with China, because if they invade Taiwan, we are in a world of hurt as a nation, and you better have your stuff because it will be very hard to get after that. So let me know what you guys think. Do you see a war with China coming? I believe we're very, very, very close because they're doing some type of they're getting ships lined up. They're getting planes circling the country. They're doing these simulations. It's not looking good, people. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope I can come back to this video in a week, a month, a year, and people can be like, man, nothing happened. I will be happy. I will be so happy nothing happened, because this is not something to be excited about to say I was right, give me my prize. Hell no. This ain't nothing to be happy about. All right, guys. This is it for today. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think, and let's talk about it. All right, guys. Take care. Peace.